womb and say, well, this is the male, this is the female. They said, okay, Allah, this is not unique to Allah anymore. Well, this is a relative level of knowledge. It's a relative level of knowledge. Yes, our relative knowledge has brought us to the point where we can determine, what is in the womb at a certain stage. Not at all stages. There's aspects of that child, male and female, which is beyond us. Also, those identifications are not 100%. Now, there's a certain stage in the development of the fetus where, if you look at the child, the fetus, you cannot tell is it male or female. There's a certain stage when the genitals actually develop. They come from the same area and they develop into a male genitals or female genitals. But prior to that, and that is a period of time of the fetus, nobody knows. Well, they say, well, we can go in and check, the amniotic fluid, we can check the fluid, or maybe take some cells from the body, we can determine whether it's male or female. Well, to some degree, you may be able to do it, but people don't do it, get involved in it, because generally speaking, it's maybe harmful to the child. But at this point, as you said, in general, they don't know. Prior to that point, they don't know. And even if they are able to figure it out later on, you go back earlier, to an earlier stage, when the cells unite the sperm with the ovum. At this point in time, again, until there is differentiation, people don't know. So that knowledge is not a perfect knowledge. Also, what is in the wombs? What is in the womb? When the egg comes down into the womb, before the sperm, out of the millions of sperm particles that are coming in, Allah knows which one is going to unite with that ovum and whether it's going to be a male or a female. That's already known to Allah. And so even if science takes us to the point where we are actually able to determine, through the latest technology, from the time that the new cell is now produced from the ovum and the sperm, whether we have a male or female, because we have so many chromosomes, is there X and Y, is it double X or whatever combinations there are, X and Y means male, double X means female. We're able to reach that point where we can go ahead and check it out. The point is, before the sperm unites with the ovum, and this is still in the womb, knowledge of what's in the womb, science cannot say. It cannot say which of these sperms are going to unite. Unless they go and they do it in a petri dish outside, and then put it back in the womb. So the point is still, they don't have knowledge of what it is going to be. They don't have knowledge, when the ovum comes down into the womb, right, when it's released from the fallopian tubes, they have no idea of what that is going to be in the end. So their knowledge, human knowledge, no matter how advanced technology gets, is always relative knowledge. Allah's knowledge is complete, 100%. So these modern developments in no way question the truthfulness of the Quran when it states that Allah knows what is in the wombs. And further on, when the verse is talking about it, Allah goes on to say, what will come out prematurely and what will continue. That is, what is in the womb. It's not just the issue of male and female. It's the issue of what that child is going to look like. It's the issue of whether the child is going to be happy in life and successful, whether the child is going to be a failure in life and evil, good. All of this is known to Allah. All of our technology is not going to tell us this. Furthermore, of the children that are there, the fetuses that are developing, which fetus is going to be aborted early and die, or die within the womb and not be born alive, stillborn, and which ones will go to full term, and how long will that term be? How long will they spend in the womb? All of this is only known to Allah. No matter what technology we develop, we will not be able to determine these things from the point of conception or anywhere along the line. So there is so much knowledge involved in knowledge of the womb. What is in the womb? So much knowledge. What the human beings have of that knowledge is only a drop in an ocean. But unfortunately, there's a tendency for science to promote itself in such a way that we think, oh, they know exactly what's going on in the womb. Their knowledge is so, we've reached this level of technology now. But real honest scientists, when you put that little bit of knowledge that they've gained through ultrasound, etc., to the vast amount of knowledge that exists concerning that child, it's very, very small. Very, very, very small. So, Allah's knowledge of the womb, what is in the womb, is complete knowledge. Knowledge of every aspect of that child. Human knowledge, relative knowledge, will give us some pieces of information concerning it. Now, for somebody to go and do ultrasound simply for the purpose of trying to find out whether the child is male or female, this is not something encouraged in Islam. Ultrasound for means of determining the position of the fetus because the woman might be having some problems, out of a need, no harm. But just excessive ultrasound usage, etc., we don't really know the consequences ultimately of excessive ultrasound. So I would not advise any parents, to just be running to the doctors just to try to find out what is the state of the child, male or female. Because actually those who are involved in this in general, in the world where people favor males over females, in China, for example, where people are only allowed to have one child, or in India, where having a child is a calamity. A female child is a calamity. You have 2, 3 daughters, you have to get them married, all of the dowry you have to collect up to get them married. This is, as they say, how it was expressed in something like 3 girls is tears. It causes tears to the eyes of the parents. It's a tragedy. So people getting this knowledge use it to abort the female fetuses. So many, many, many thousands of children are aborted simply because people have managed to discover that they're female. It's evil behind it. So we should be very careful using this technology for good and what is beneficial, and limiting its use, so that people don't abuse it and use it to harm human beings. With that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us in this segment of the program. The programs will continue in the year, throughout the year. And as I mentioned in the very beginning, I would give you some numbers that you may contact me on. If we start with the snail mail writing, it is P.O. Box 111, Sharjah Television, United Arab Emirates. If we go to the email, electronic mail, then we can send it to fld3@hotmail.com. If we want to fax it, you may fax it at 06, if you're calling from outside the country, it's 9716, this is the code, and 5323724. If you want to call it in, you may call it in on 9714 from outside the country, or 04 from inside the country, then 326-2190 in Dubai, or 9716, that is 06-5339-864. Or my mobile, you may call me on 9715-0626-4139, or inside the country, 050-626-4139. With that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us and hope to hear from you. Questions, comments, suggestions, and we pray that our efforts be accepted by God and that you all have benefited from the program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.